I don't want to do a popcorn today.
Yeah.
Simply because I have a filling back here that I just got fixed a couple months ago, and it just broke again yesterday.
Nice. Okay, so
I have a hole going up into my tooth right now that I can feel with my tongue. Perfect size for a popcorn kernel.
Okay,
so I'm gonna avoid the popcorn today.
None of those.
Thankfully, there's no exposed raw nerve.
That would suck.
I wasn't sure, but then I went, okay.
Yeah. You didn't get that battery feel.
Yeah.
The 9-volt.
But it definitely, I do taste copper when I put my tongue in it.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good sign. The battery test is what I used to call, and me and my friends, speaking of lore between friends, we used to call the battery test that way that you see the sweetest kiss of all.
Yeah.
Eating ass. That?
Yeah.
Yeah, we called that the 9-volt test.
Oh.
That's how you know if someone's into it.
Right.
You go, if there's a charge, they're into it.
That's pretty fantastic. I heard you say it before, and I was like, I've never heard it said that way before.
Yeah.
But
now I've given you the lore.
Now there's the lore.
Yeah. We just had an awesome conversation with an incredible artist, Laura. How do we say her last name?
Pieri.
Laura Pieri. Really cool. Brazilian. American, Brazilian.
Yeah, she
artist
doesn't have a Brazilian accent.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, she was great. She was a lot of fun.
She was fun.
Great to hang
that's
out.
going to be. You guys are going to really like it.
It's going to be great.
You guys are going
to
like
her music
it.
is really cool too.
And check out her music beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Very cool. EP called Frankie. It's out now, so you guys can check it out early.
And there's going to be a short film.
A short film for it, which is also cool.
Which is that always like.
Yeah, I'm psyched about
that.
You
know, when I spoke to Shaylee from Dayshell, he was talking about, he's like, yeah, I'd love, the next thing that I do is going to be music, but it's going to be a movie.
Right.
And it's just going to be all visual accompaniment. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. I would love to see that. I love that kind of full package kind of thing.
Hi, Donna. I got to see Donna Saturday night.
Jen got to see her this morning.
Friday night. I got to see her Friday night.
Oh.
Yeah. I met a friend out for some wings at Croxley's. And then when they left, I hit Donna up and I was like, hey, are you guys over at the bar? Because I'm going to be passing by there. She said, yes. I went there. She was there. Our friend Dawn was there. Phil, I get to see Phil.
Yeah.
And I got home at 3 a.m.
Of course you did.
Yeah. It's one of those.
That happens.
But it was fun. I had a great time. Have some drinks. Have some drinks with my girl.
You didn't have
squad member.
You didn't have to wake up on Saturday to go rehearse.
I didn't have to do anything on Saturday, other than like
walk Bruce,
and still working on my little studio thing. I had a couple other things come in.
Oh, cool.
So now I'm up and running. Everything's up and running now.
Nice.
So I was just waiting on a few other little things.
Yeah.
And now I have a fully working studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get to work.
Now I just need to start figuring out how to use it.
I'll help you out.
Yeah. It'll be great.
I'll help you out.
It'll be great because I don't know how to do shit.
I got you, bud. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Let's get into the episode. We'll talk about that stuff.
Sure.
Let's pick something to eat though.
We have Takis taco shells. I just want to use these for tacos.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should have a taco night. Why are we not doing that? Oh my God, we have the death nut. I don't want to do that at all.
We're gonna do that. We should do that at Capulet.
So these ones are in bags.
Oh, okay. So the Death Nut 2.0 is turn around.
Yeah.
Death Nut is just single servings.
Yeah.
3.0 is 2 servings, so we can each have a serving.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Great. That's the one thing that I was concerned about.
We would have enough.
I was like, oh no, we're gonna have to split a serving. Why can't I get all the nuts?
Yeah.
So, thanks, Death Nut. Thanks for curing that problem.
Yeah.
Nobody asked
We'll
for
do
it.
that. We'll do that.
All right.
And we do that at Capital.
What else do we have here?
We have the popcorn. from
Popcorn.
Hell,
No,
which
I don't
we've
want
done.
popcorn. We got
And
so
just like
many
a whole bunch of hot
sauces.
sauces. That,
Yeah. Like so many hot.
Yeah. This
Bombero.
yeah. These.
Why haven't we tried these? Where did you get all these?
AJ came and just like brought me a shitload of hot. Like it was a
Like, we have
package of hot sauces.
So many hot sauces.
Well, that's why I was saying what we do with them is we put Bacon as my podcast stickers on them.
Yeah.
And we give them out at Capulet.
Now we need
Fest.
more stickers.
Right, the small ones.
Right, that's the ones we're out of.
Well, we have some
Maybe
here.
we have enough for the hot sauces.
Yes, we'll take inventory. I'll start.
I
doing those.
you know
And
what? I
think
like
there's some
the
in there.
I like that idea because one, they're all different. So we just have all these hot sauces.
Yeah.
And it's just like, here's a hot sauce. They're like, what is it? It's like, I don't know. Try your luck.
Mystery hot
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my idea.
I like that. Okay. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. What else do we have in here? We have things that are stuck to things.
Yeah.
Gourmet bacon hot sauce.
That's not good. No stickers going on that.
No.
We're gonna.
No, we're gonna.
This is also we have Bada Zing, which is an Italian style hot sauce.
I love the word. Bada zing.
Bada Zing. Another.
I mean, we
bacon.
can do these hot sauces now, but we don't have anything to put them on.
Yeah, and then this is that company Pucker Butt with a Reaper XXX hot sauce as well.
Oh, good. Fuck you, Pucker Butt.
They're the ones who created the Death Nut. No, I'm sorry.
I can say fuck you
Pepper
because we're
X.
not on yet, so it's good.
No.
Doesn't count for the
Doesn't
swear
count,
jar.
right? It doesn't.
When I'm on for the patrons can get my filthy fucking shit mouth.
And then we have the world's hottest chocolate bar, 9 million Scovilles.
That's gonna be melted when we go there.
That might have been there. I don't know. Look at how small this is.
Yeah,
It's so wee.
it is very wee.
It's so wee.
It's a wee chocolate bar. Well, that could be part of a contest.
Yeah, we've got so much stuff.
Okay, so I guess we do have stuff there.
Yeah.
Smoke eater. Smoky bourbon pepper sauce. Why are all these sticky?
That little glue. It's like the little glue boogers. For some reason, they kept them in the little.
They're like on the outside.
Yeah.
It's almost like they wanted to like put like an old timey seal on it, but instead it's just a glue booger.
No, it's a glue booger, so this way they don't fall out of the packaging.
Right.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
those are our giveaways for Capulet Fest.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Donna tried the Guinness chips
Yes.
without us, so we can try them.
Okay, we'll try those today.
Because I saw those, so
We'll try
and
those
I've been
today.
wanting to try those.
And then,
What's that? A pink dragon on some cookies?
Mhm.
All right.
it's good enough for me. Hey, everybody. Hey, Bill.
Think these
Oh,
cookies are
patrons?
shrimp flavored?
Maybe.
Why is everything shrimp flavored when
That's-
you go to a certain part of the world?
I don't know. They like their shrimp.
They do. The cockroaches of the sea.
Yes. I had some camarones last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How were they?
They were delicious. I made Jen made a pesto, a spinach pesto,
Ooh, I love pesto.
and
Pesto's
I made
like
up.
my favorite of the sauces.
She makes a great spinach pesto,
Nice.
and I made up some shrimp and scallops and some thin spaghetti. We mixed them all up. Chef's kiss.
Sounds delicious.
Yes.
Sounds delicious. We are here on Discussions and Drinks.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we're going to discuss, but we are drinking today, nothing crazy to drink. We're doing a
just your
Jameson.
standard.
But you know what? Sometimes you just want to have a drink.
Sometimes you got to go back to the classics. Know what works, you know?
But we do have some stuff to try. We're going to try some
Guinness chips. Yep.
Guinness chips, and we're going to try some
kind of cookie.
some kind of I guess it's got to be like a chocolate little star cookie. Chocolate starfish.
Yeah. It's
Limp Bizkit, y'all.
Hopefully chocolate. But could be
Crossing our fingers for chocolate. Could be shrimp.
something else. Could be wild.
Could be a sea cucumber.
Oh yeah,
those
those are ugly.
There's a worm. There's a worm animal that lives in the butthole of a sea cucumber. It like slithers in to keep itself safe in the waters of the ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive in after
to the butthole of a sea cucumber.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
What's up, guys? Are you a fan of Bacon Is My Podcast? And you're like, where can I find more stuff?
Well, we've got the site for you at baconismypodcast.com. That's where you can find literally everything. It's the portal to his stuff, my stuff, and our stuff, including Bacon's My Fashion.
You can find t-shirts, you can find hats, you can find all kinds of stuff to put on your body parts. You can also check out all of our awesome sponsors, get discounts. We always have the most recent and the best prices for you. And check it out also over at patreon.com/
Bacon is my podcast. Never changing.
Never changing. Find us at baconismypodcast.com. Thanks for checking it out, guys. And remember to ask yourselves,
what's your bacon?
World peace.
Hi, I'm Dawn Brody, a comedian with a history degree and the host of the podcast HILF, History I'd Like to Fuck. Each episode, I am joined by a new guest who has brought me a subject from history that they want to know more about. Then I hit the books, I dig deep in the annals, and stimulate. We've covered Frankenstein, Houdini, Joan of Arc, Pompeii, the Salem witch trials, right? Join us and find out for yourself that history is a party and everybody's coming.
Maybe change now. Keep it.
I keep thinking it. Every time I don't see it and I just think about it, like, I'm like, we should change the intro. Like, it was so long ago that we put that together. But then I see it and I'm like, that's great.
It's classic.
There's dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's the most random thing of all time.
Yeah. Well, the draft too.
Yeah.
Draft.
Yeah.
And Donna wants to know. Donna in the chat here. By the way, Discussion and Drinks is live for our patrons. And not only do they get to interact live, but they get to ask us questions and participate.
They do.
And she wants to know why you even know that there's an animal that slides up the butthole of a sea cucumber.
Because of those little reels that show up on your while you're scrolling through your
so your
Instagram.
algorithm knows that you're all about the 9-volt test.
I guess.
Maybe you set it too much around your phone, and it's like
I might have been like, I need more videos dealing with buttholes of all kinds.
Yeah.
Of all species.
Give me all the buttholes.
Give me all the species of buttholes and odd facts about them. Who knows? I don't know. It came up. I saw something and it was like this thing slithering into a sea cucumber. And I was like, what is that? And I clicked on it and they were like, this is a whatever it's called, an eel, little mini eel of some kind. And that's how it keeps itself safe. Is it finds a sea cucumber.
Slides up the butthole.
Just slides up the butthole. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like specific only to sea cucumbers, but I guess maybe they have an easy butthole to get into.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say
they're pretty stationary creatures.
Right. I was gonna say they're it's not like they're running away.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't have the limbs to kind of like shoo. Like they can't horsetail you.
I didn't even know that they were like a living like creature.
I
thought they were vegetation. That was
sea cucumber. They're a thing.
But they're like they're in the animal. They're not vegetable.
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 Yeah.
They're not a vegetable
And we know that because they have a butthole.
because they have a butthole. Vegetables don't have buttholes.
Only animals.
Yeah.
Animals have buttholes.
I had a couple jokes go through my head just then that I would have done immediately had we not been in the middle of the show.
Why?
Because I feel like if I talk about vegetables that do have buttholes,
You'll get the vegans mad.
no, I'll get the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love how close I am to getting him to say it.
I'll get the people in wheelchairs mad.
There we go. And there it is. There it is.
Hey, you know what? If it goes in your brain, you should be able to say it. It's comedy.
Mhm.
It's either all okay or nothing's okay.
Okay.
There's only one word we're not allowed to say. We
Right.
all know what that word is.
Right.
And because we all know what that word is, that's how you know it's the word you can't say.
Exactly.
And it's not cunt.
No, because I mean, people in Britain hear us.
So
But I think here we are, very early on in this episode, and I think the takeaway we can leave today with, is that if it breathes, it's got a butthole.
If it breathes, it's got a butthole. Everybody poops.
Mm-hmm. We used to call them monkey balls as kids. When we used to pull them out of the water, they steer their stomachs.
And it looks like a pair of balls.
It looks like
So sea cucumber looks kind of like a dick in the ocean and kind of like a scrotum.
because it
Looks like a peen while in the water, and it looks like a scrotum while outside the water.
it's
A monkey's scrotum.
a monkey scrotum. Well, that from our patrons, thank you, Ziggy.
We are off the rails immediately.
Yes, yeah, I love that. Let me get the dad joke book.
Is that where we're gonna go
while
now?
we're at
The
it?
dad joke book?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what we're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, listen, here we are.
We're all laughing and having a good time. We're gonna put a stop to that.
What do you call someone who never farts in public?
What do you call someone who never farts?
A private tutor. Yeah. So we've got some Guinness chips.
All right.
That we're gonna try.
I'm anxious to try those. I feel like those are gonna be good.
Should we? You know what? Yeah, we should try these first because they're gonna be good. They are gonna be good. I like cooking with Guinness,
I also like cooking things.
and I also like cheddar with Guinness. Anybody who's hung out here knows that I just put them on a burger. Guinness cheddar.
That cheese that you had was so good. You told me about the burger too. I
It
definitely want to try that.
is again chef's kiss.
See, I'm thinking you do like a bourbon chicken,
I like
and
that.
then melt that over it and do like a sandwich with some like candied bacon.
Okay, I like that. I was just kind of like, just doing the burger thing.
I like the darkness of it. I love a burger. I love a good burger, man.
Oh, this one's
It does
Dude.
smell good.
I got
You got the darkness, and you got a double chip.
a double chip.
You got a double chip. That's a
it's stuck
score.
together.
That is a score right there.
That's gonna be extra crunchy, extra
Nice.
crispy. So excited!
The
Let's
double
try
chip
this
is
out.
good. That's like the
Cheers,
the
pal.
bonus fry.
Uh-huh. It's a little underwhelming.
It's missing salt,
Yeah,
right? It tastes very bland.
Yeah.
I wish there was salt.
Yeah.
That would bring it out.
I'd put a piece of Guinness cheddar on top of that chip,
I would do
and
that
it would
as well.
sound, and it would taste marvelous.
And it would sound marvelous.
Yeah.
It sounds marvelous when you say it.
I feel like
It's missing
it's missing something.
and I think that thing is salt. Yeah, the
It does
Jameson
nothing.
overwhelms it
Yeah.
completely. It's not even there.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
man. That's unfortunate.
I mean,
I was so hoping for more.
listen, we're gonna eat the whole fucking bag.
Oh yeah. I just keep waiting for like, oh, there's a salty one.
The taste is there. The taste is there, but then it's just like almost.
Everything's muted.
Yeah. So,
That's unfortunate.
well,
Donna says the more you
you
eat, the more the flavor comes out.
should be almost like cheese. Yeah. No, I taste the Guinness. I taste the
Yeah, I
Guinness.
definitely get that in it.
Mhm.
But the second one was better than the first one. I could don't get me wrong, I could go through a whole bag of these. But it's not giving me what I was hoping it was going to give me.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Huh.
It's not great.
It's underwhelming.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited
I'm
for you,
still gonna
man.
eat it, though.
We for those of you who didn't hear, Jimmy is setting up his own home studio.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for him for multiple reasons. So anytime I take a liking to somebody and we establish a connection and like musically especially,
Mhm.
and there's any sort of interest in being able to record, being able to do something studio wise, I get so excited. I get excited for them because I remember I started doing this back in, I think, like 2009 or so. And I was in FFR, and there's a part of me that was kind of like, I'd really like to be able to do this all on my own.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to do what I want to do and not worry about anybody else's thoughts, feelings, inquiries, questions, this, that, the other thing. Like, I know that I have the ability to see something all the way through, and I want to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a super freeing feeling for me as a creative, as a songwriter, and I'm not saying that needs to be the way you do everything, because I still enjoy collaborating with people and,
Sure.
and working with people and getting different opinions and thoughts and all that kind of stuff, input, critiques, etc. And so you and I have been talking about it for a long time, and
Yeah.
I feel like you've gotten on the horse, and then you were like, "It's no," and then you got back on the horse, and then you're like, "Yeah,
it's always overwhelming to me, and it still feels that way a little bit. I just kind of like I back myself into a corner where I don't have a choice,
right?"
Which is usually the way that I have to do something anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the way that I do things that get them done, for better or for worse. But it's like, I know I need to learn this medium. I know I need to learn this way of doing things. I need to embrace it. It's just, a lot, because it's a lot to get up and start it. It's not like, oh, I'm writing something. Let me open my phone and hit record and get an idea down.
Yeah.
And then go flesh it out in a room with people where I can say, do this, do this, do this. It's more of like I need to install this program and learn this program and make sure that this program talks to all my other stuff correctly. And then I need to make sure that I have everything updated. And I need to make sure that I'm on top of getting all my sounds.
I understand what you're saying, but and maybe it's because I've been doing it for so long.
Mhm.
Like, wow, now that I think about it, it's like 15 years I've been playing around with this stuff.
Yeah.
But especially nowadays, it's way easier than it was. And actually, like, I've had recording gear since like 2003 doing things, and finally got digital stuff. I got proficient at it, and actually was working on it
Right.
around 2007, 2008,
Mm-hmm.
and really dove into being able to do it on my own by like 2009 or so. And I think that when you compare things nowadays to the way they are now, it is way easier. You literally
Yeah, I
plug
see
things
that.
in, and especially if you have a Mac, you're working.
Well,
And
the way I've noticed that, I mean, just over the weekend setting things up and everything's talking to each other and everything's kind of working and everything's, you know, getting to a point where it's gonna be really easy to just kind of open it up. Now it's just a learning curve.
I think learning your DAW,
Mhm.
otherwise known as digital audio workstation,
Yes.
that's like your main program. That's your Logic, Pro Tools. Everybody's probably heard of Pro Tools, but there's Logic, Reaper.
Unless you're not a musician, then you have no idea what we're doing. But it's like if you work with photos, it's like Photoshop. If
Right.
you work with Canva, it's like an audio version of those things where you're able to open up a program and you're able to bring in layers of sound and then create a song with those layers of sound. Each layer is a different thing, a vocal or a guitar, things
Right.
like that. You can build it.
Yeah, and I feel like nowadays it is a lot easier, and for what you're doing too, I think that nowadays, like Logic has all this AI stuff that you can do, and
Right.
you can play things, and they have something called an AI drummer and an AI bassist, and even if it's just for ideas, I haven't really played with those functions myself, but like, even if it's just getting ideas down,
Yeah.
it'll be able to get your idea down.
Well, I imagine it's no different than like searching through the program drums like we've done.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, here's my idea, here's this thing. We need a drum beat for it. What do we want it to sound like? What do we want it to do? Let's scroll through all these different like drum beats and put something together.
Mhm.
You know, I
And make
imagine
little tweaks here.
I
and there.
imagine it's very similar to that.
But I think I get very excited when people start asking about that, and it's to the point where I've spoken to people outside our circle, even people that are listeners of the show know, and they kind of like, I don't know how to play guitar or this or that. And I've done research, and they have like really great MIDI guitar sounds and
Right.
and bass sounds and all that kind of stuff. And I've sent some stuff out to them. I haven't dove deep into the MIDI guitars and stuff, but yeah, any way that I can help people who are looking to be able to get their ideas out there, because I know how frustrating it can be to, when you're not a drummer, be like, play something like this, and then whatever boom that thing that you
Right.
do, you always get made fun of for it, and you're like,
Of course.
dude, I've got a fucking idea,
Right.
like I'm trying to convey it, please let me convey this idea. Leads, this, that, the other, like, it's so freeing to know that you could just get it out of yourself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that level of comfort with the program and familiarity with it, where I can sit down and just get ideas out.
Mhm.
You know, it's always a little overwhelming at that beginning stage though, where I'm just like, okay, how do I get from here to here?
I can tell you that
What's
it's really just doing that first one on your own.
right?
It's getting
that's what I
past
figured.
that. It's
That's what I
getting
figured.
past that one time that you really do it on your own. Like, we've worked together in here and played with stuff, and you've seen it work.
Mhm.
So it's not like you're completely inept.
Right.
You know, I think
Right.
it's
And
just
I've recorded and mixed things for my band in the studio.
Mhm.
You know, when we had Reaper up and we had everything hooked up anyway.
Yeah.
We did little recordings in the room and stuff. And so I've mixed room recordings and stuff like that. So that part I'm semi familiar at least with.
Yeah.
It's just the getting it all started.
Yeah, I think
Just the
other thing
mechanics of
too.
like, how do I bring up a click? What do I do first? Do I put in drums first? How do I make my click work for me? How do I open up the program and not have AI drums and this and that and the like come up right away? How do I just do a normal, open it up so it's blank, give me shit to work with? Like, you know, it's like all those things that I got to figure out first.
Yeah,
those are always the hurdle.
Yeah,
right. Because those are always, to me, I've always got that thing in my head, and I don't know if other people do, of like if I have an idea, the more steps that I have to take that have nothing to do with that idea to start getting that idea down always frustrates me to the point where I'm just like, let me just do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's always the thing. That's the thing even in rehearsals that kept me from just turning around and bringing up Reaper. We're already hooked up and going, we have an idea, let's set it all up and do it. It's like I turn around, I open up Reaper, and I gotta update it. Hold on, guys. Everybody hold on.
Something that I will
so
say.
It would just go phone, record, let's go, room, get it done. Right. And so I gotta develop that patience. And also just that like working with something so that it's automatic and it's the way that I do it now.
Yeah, I think there's still a time, there's still a place for your voice shots.
For sure.
Like I still use it. It's a very useful tool when you're on the go and you're just like, okay, I have an idea. I'm just gonna pop it down. That's it. And then you can sit down in front of your computer and flesh
then
it
you
out.
have it and you go, okay, now that I have it down, now I can take the 25 minutes it's going to take for me to get running on this program.
Yeah. I think when an update does come up, it's annoying, but you can just close it.
I mean, Reaper updates every week. So
So just every time you close it.
Every time you open
you can close it. I think another thing that can help you is templates.
Yeah, templates are going to be a big deal.
And just saving the template and then making sure when you start again, you just, okay, I'm going to open up my template.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to save it as.
I had that for Will It Sound Good Acoustic.
Right.
You know, I made a template so that I could set everything up and I knew where my mics were going to be and I could set it up and I could do it. I had the camera and everything. And I just opened that up every time. Everything was already there.
Yeah.
And then I would just kind of go for it.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mel.
And together we host the podcast Spoil My Movie.
We were watching movies anyway.
And we were having in-depth conversations about those movies too.
So we decided to share our thoughts with the world.
You can expect me to gripe about inaccurate details like supposedly cold weather, but you can't see anyone's breath.
And you can expect me to be totally adorable, but also psychologically deep.
And by the end of each episode, we'll provide our respective ratings.
Using a rating scale custom tailored to the movie in question.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
We're everywhere. We're actually behind you right now.
Welcome to Sorta Kinda Funny. We're a comedy podcast.
Brother and sister duo.
Where we take your guys' embarrassing moments and stories and turn them into humor because life's about laughing at yourself and we are sure gonna laugh at ourselves. I am James. I am your main Mac Daddy host. And I'm also joined by a loser. Go ahead and introduce yourself, loser. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
This is Lauren.
Give it to them.
Absolutely.
Baby.
Absolutely. What did you say?
Also, we sing a lot, so if you haven't listened to this first episode, I'm sorry.
We have new episodes available every Thursday and would love nothing more than to hang out with you. Does that sound too desperate?
Yes.
Okay. Check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we'll see you on Thursday. And as always,
text me if you want to hang out.
Bye.
Yeah. So I think I'm excited for you though, and you know that I'm here to help you. And as a anybody who's looking to try and do anything, I am happy to help.
Yeah.
I love helping.
And you're very
people.
good at it.
Oh, well, thank you. I've been told I'm a terrible teacher, but
You are a terrible teacher.
yeah,
I'll tell you that too.
yeah.
And I'll just be honest with that.
No, I'm aware.
Because you just do it.
Right.
Right? Like it's the same thing like running the conferences. It's like, show me how to do this and explain it to me and let me do it. And it's like, you just do it because it needs to get done. And I get it because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's done. It's like, I still don't know how to do it.
No, now you know how to do it.
Now I know how to do
Now
it.
you know
but it's like, it's that thing where it's like, hey, show me, it's the same thing for you. I think that is the thing that kept me from like starting this. It's not the doing it or the showing how to do it. It's the showing the setup, because the setup is annoying and doesn't serve a purpose other than to get you set up. And it's not really the meat of everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. Let's go. And it's like, if you've never done it, you're like, I don't know what anything you just did is.
Yeah. Well,
right.
If you have, I'm going to say this, once you have a home studio and once you have it sitting there,
yeah,
everything's going to be just set up.
Of course. Yeah.
So you'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
You'll be in good shape. And I'll help you out. I'll have no choice because this is your setup. So I'll just kind of be like,
right.
Okay.
So anyway, did you do this yet? And I'll be like, no.
Right.
And you'll be like, oh, and you go to do it. And I'll go, no.
You go,
tell me how to do it. Tell me how to do it.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. Dude, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this for you and
yeah, I'm optimistic.
Yeah. I know you've been hesitant for a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited for you. And
it's a different area of my brain I need to access for
yeah.
it. But it's like I said, for me, it's like once I have to do it, once I don't have a choice, then it's easier for me to embrace it.
Right.
Because it's like, if I have a choice, I'm kind of like, well, I know how to do things this way, so I'll just keep doing it this way. But if I don't have that choice anymore, now it's like, oh, well, all right, I have to embrace this new thing and I have to figure it out. Yeah. And it's like, I'm saying it like it's a new thing. It's new for me. It's not even new for me. It's not even new for me.
Well, yeah, there's some stuff. Remind me about that piece of gear, by the way.
Which piece of gear?
The one that's going to expand your inputs.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll do.
Yes.
I don't need it yet at all.
I know. No, I just need it the fuck out of here.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, well then, yes.
Because it's literally just sitting in the back. Yeah.
All right,
what do we say about this? What do we say about this? I mean, first of all,
be bad. Chocolate starfish.
It's
Limp
chocolate
Bizkit,
starfish.
Limp Bizkit, y'all.
Live, laugh, love Limp Bizkit.
How much did you like Limp Bizkit when they came out?
I loved them.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
At what point did you stop loving them? Unless you didn't.
When the dude from Snot started playing with them.
Okay.
I actually went with a buddy of mine. So that "Damn You're So Hot" song came out.
Right.
And a bunch of buddies of mine went to Tower Records at midnight to go pick it up because my one friend was like, I'm gonna buy it. And we were like, why are you gonna buy it? It's gonna be bad. Look, this is already bad.
Right.
Why are you gonna buy it? He's like, nope, I'm gonna stay true and I'm gonna do it. So for those of you who remember, Tower Records was in Massapequa on Sunrise Highway.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove to Tower Records and we went and it was weird because it was like towards the end of Tower Records. Yeah. So they would do the midnight drop, but they wouldn't stay open all night. Like they would only stay open till like 12:30.
I'm impressed that they still did it.
They would stay open till like 12:30. And all they would do is just like take the new CDs, put them on a table, like put 10 on a table and like hope that people come in because nobody was buying. Like,
right.
Everybody was Napster. Everybody was infecting their computers.
Right.
Exactly. And so we went, and I think the name of the record was "Results May Vary."
That sounds
I
right.
think that's what it was called. And we went in just before they closed, and we got it. And my buddy turns on his car, pops the CD in, and we listened to it from front to back in that parking lot.
Okay. Weren't
And-
those fun times?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
pop it in the car, listen to it right there, front to back.
Yeah.
I missed that. That was awesome.
And I remember I was sitting in the back seat, and I think we took separate cars because when we were done, I remember going to my trunk and going, there's got to be something flammable back here so we could burn this CD.
All right.
And
It's that bad. Okay.
And the only thing I came up with in my trunk was windshield wiper fluid.
Is windshield wiper fluid flammable?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, it is not.
Like it can't
It's
be.
basically Windex.
Yeah.
It is not flammable.
Yeah, you can put fires out with that.
You certainly can. I did. I did. I did. So yeah, my buddy was trying to burn it. He went, he paid, at the time it was like $16-17 for the CD, and he
You could have
hated
returned
so
it
bad.
right then,
No, they like
it
we
was
were
right at
watching
closing,
we were
right at
watching the employees come out as we were listening to it, and I was like, this was a mistake. We could have.
How many songs in did you get before you were like, this is
3?
really? And you were like,
3.
we're gonna see it through though.
Oh, I didn't. I was there for the ride because I was there for my
Yeah.
friend. I was emotional support.
Okay. Yeah. You were emotional support, Mike.
Yeah,
I
but
got you.
it was god awful. It was so bad. By the third song, I was like, are we really going to listen to this whole thing? He's like, yes. I was like, okay. All right.
Nothing redeeming in anything.
No, in fact, the Damn You're So Hot song was the best song.
Ooh. I mean, clearly that's why it was a single.
Right.
But
what we ended up doing was we mained that CD, the whole record. And then he did return it by sliding it through the doors. he burnt what he could of the jacket, and he cracked the CD, and he slid it right in between. And that was
a statement.
that was an old school review.
Right. Yeah.
It was, hey Tower, these are the last customers from the night before.
Right.
And this is what we thought of the Limp Bizkit CD. Get ready to bring a whole bunch back to the back room.
Right.
Because I'm sure you've got
Start
100.
marking them down now.
Yeah.
For the bin. Get your hole punch out.
It was like a cautionary tale, if you will.
Limp Bizkit was a cautionary tale.
Yeah. But like I fell on that that bandwagon of people that were like, well, Limp Bizkit sucked. And it's like, I don't know. You know what? The first 2 records,
I tell
liked
you what,
them.
man. I heard the first song I heard from them was Counterfeit.
which was great.
And Counterfeit
Slaps. Like,
Dude.
oh yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
That song, I was gonna say is great. It's not great, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You're tripping me out. You want my mask? Like, oh,
yeah,
I love it. And I liked that whole first record. Was
The
that, $3 Bill, y'all?
Yeah. That first record was great. The
Dude.
second record,
I liked the second record, but I liked it
Dude.
less.
the second record, they have a song with Jonathan Davis and Scott Weiland.
Yes, I
on it.
understand.
And it was very, very different from Limp Bizkit's first record. And for me, I was like, this shows that you're willing to do other shit, and that's
Right.
pretty cool to me.
I fell off when the Speak and Spell Halle Berry video came out. That's where that's where they jumped the shark.
Behind Blue Eyes. That was
Yeah, the cover, the Who cover.
that was
I was like, you're covering the Who poorly.
I
And then you have a speak and spell.
P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Together or whatever it said.
Was that on Chocolate Starfish?
No.
No, it wasn't. It was after.
No, it was after that.
Because chocolate.
It was
well,
for a movie.
okay.
It was for a movie.
Let's talk a little bit about Chocolate Starfish.
Was that
Chocolate's-
for a Bond movie? Did Limp Bizkit do a song for a Bond movie? Was that?
No, no. It was a Halle Berry movie. Where she was in like a mental.
I thought it
hospital
was
or
just
something.
like an excuse for Fred Durst to make out with Halle Berry. Which,
Well-
I'll tell you what, I respect that.
Yeah, I mean,
If you can make a,
I'd make a shitty cover to
if
do
you
that.
can make a video, so that you can do a video and Halle Berry's going to be in the video, and you can be like, well, we're going to have to make out in the video. Then, hats off to you, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The song was a horrible cover.
Well, it was basically sampled, and then Fred Durst sang it, so it was karaoke.
Yeah. But that era is where Limp Bizkit, to me, I was like, yeah, I'm not there. I'm not with you anymore.
Yeah, that was around
really-
the Damn You're So High there.
I didn't really like the second record that much either. I
like
liked
the
certain
second-
songs.
I like
but
the
that's
second
it.
record, and Chocolate Starfish was, had Rollin', it had Boiler, it had some high points.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the record that I was kind of like, I like a few songs.
Once I heard like "It's My Way on the highway,"
Well, that was when
I was
Limp
like,
Bizkit
I can't do this anymore.
was WWE's favorite band.
Oh, they were them and Saliva.
Well, no, actually, Saliva, despite the fact that they've used all 27 of their songs for their pay-per-views,
Right.
Limp Bizkit was announced at a WrestleMania as WWE's
Oh.
favorite band.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought AC/DC was Vince's favorite band.
Well, it was. It was.
They were this new band that he saw on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Yeah. No. He's got legendary stories about
Right.
being in the plane blasting AC/DC.
He's got plenty
Singing
of
at the top
legendary
of his
stories.
lungs.
You can find them now in the
Thunder
court order.
shit. Yeah.
I love AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
I love AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how cheesy their lyrics are. I don't care.
No.
I don't care about any of it. I
It
don't
doesn't
care
matter.
about how many songs are in A. I don't care. AC/DC's the shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, fantastic.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, Limp Bizkit lost me at My Way That Highway, and then the Who cover just sealed it.
What about you didn't like Boiler? Boiler came out after My Way or the Highway.
I don't know. I'd have to hear it again.
It's definitely chocolate.
Is it?
Yeah, thank God.
That smells like those. When you were a kid, did you have the honey grams, the bears,
Oh yeah.
right? And they had the chocolate version.
Yeah, those were the bomb.
That's what this smells like to me. So I'm very excited.
These
Ooh,
are
they're fried. They're puffy.
they're
I bet they're
puffy
airy.
chocolate starfish.
I bet they're airy. Oh, that's cereal.
Oh yeah.
That's cereal.
These are definitely chocolate starfish. And they're made by Bandai.
Dude, this is cereal. And it's great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it has the consistency of a cookie crisp.
Yeah. Cookie crisp.
Yeah.
Whiskey touch.
Ooh, whiskey makes it bad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That didn't work.
Oh my god. Ugh.
That did not work.
Yeah, whiskey makes it bad. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But wow, these are great.
Kind of like Limp Bizkit's second album.
Hey man, I recognize it did really well. It was well produced.
It was well produced. It was.
It had some serious bangers on it.
Had Method Man on it.
It had Method Man on it. Yep. And that song ruled.
That song was fucking great. It was a banger. It had Nookie.
Wu-Tang Clan, man.
It had Nookie.
It did. It did.
And I don't know. That song is it's ridiculous in every way.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Iconic.
Lotta said,
It's kind of iconic.
Um,
I would go so far
if
as
you
to
can't
say,
be stupid,
I would go so far as to say, Nookie is an iconic song.
it is. It is.
Maybe not in the way that you want it to be. It's maybe not iconic in the way that, like, I don't know, the White Album is iconic. Probably not in that way. Probably
Different
not,
layers.
probably not in the way that, like, Thriller is an iconic video. It's probably not that
No.
But
it's certainly
iconic in the way of, like, you hear it and you think of a time period immediately, and you remember where you were. you know what you were wearing, and you remember the style, and you like can make fun of it. Yeah, iconic.
yeah.
More so than many better songs of that era.
Yeah.
I think that you could put like Nookie and, like, if we're talking about an era, I would put, for iconic songs of an era, I'd put like Nookie, Hit Me Baby One More Time,
Mm-hmm.
and Tell Me Why, like that.
Yeah, right. I want it that way.
I Want It That Way, yeah. I think Genie in a Bottle.
Yeah.
Tearing
up my heart.
Yeah.
And I'm with you.
And what's funny is like all those pop songs and then Nookie,
and Nookie.
right? There's no other real
Yes.
heavy song from that time, I think.
Oh yeah. Freak on a Leash.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Freak on a Leash by Korn. That was there.
That would be the other
That
one.
was there. I remember just like that time period. That's the TRL area. The TRL era of music, and seeing me being a rock kid and seeing like rock bands intermingle with these pop artists, and it's like, yes,
Right.
yes, we're there. We're there. And then you look back now and you kind of like, ooh, we were there.
Well, I remember getting really excited when I saw that, like, Limp Bizkit and Korn are working together on something awesome.
Well,
Or
yeah.
Or oh man, like even like Kid Rock's gonna work with this band or something like that. Bawa to Ba is probably another.
Yeah, you know what?
Probably another one of that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I feel like what was the other one?
That the other big.
Oh no,
one?
Ball with the Ball was his breakout.
Yeah, and I mean after that it was like Cowboy Baby.
Yeah. What I did like,
but like I'll tell you what, to this day, and I don't like Kid Rock.
Right. No, he's a piece of shit human.
As a human, yeah, I don't like him. But as a talented performer,
oh yeah,
songwriter, dude.
Back then, yeah.
Dude's great.
I bought that record when I Am the Bull God came out.
Yeah, and he had Eminem on the record.
Yeah, that song was a banger too.
Yeah, man.
If you get a chance, listen to that song because it is pretty sick.
That whole record. How many hits were on that record? I mean,
oh yeah.
And Cowboy's a great song.
Yes.
It's a well-written song.
Yeah.
But to this day, man, if you hear like my name is Kid,
yeah.
Like it makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah. Something that going back to Limp Bizkit, because now we've got a few of the Woodstock 99 documentaries coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like the narrative focuses a lot on them.
Well, it was the break stuff took a lot of heat.
Well,
that moment of that day.
Sure.
You know, there was a lot of moments that day.
Well,
that was a big one.
But what I love is the fact that they're like, Limp Bizkit caused all this chaos.
Right.
And it was like, Limp Bizkit.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Limp Bizkit was like third or fourth to last.
Right.
And you decided to put Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, and Metallica back to back to back.
Right.
So
On a tumultuous day
on a hot day,
where it's hot and you're charging $9 for waters.
right? Limp Bizkit, did they help light the fuse? Absolutely. When you had Rage Against the Machine and then Metallica,
Right.
you took Limp Bizkit's Bic, and you just took a blowtorch to whatever explosive device
Yeah.
is sitting in front of you.
I feel like Rage Against the Machine is the gasoline on any fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
They
they,
just
you know,
are.
they I think they did something with like a burning something. I don't know
Right.
if it was a flag or whatever. Obviously, they were hanging them upside down, but there was definitely some shit going on for them. And then
Is there more-
Metallica.
Is there a more important metal rock band from the late 90s, early 2000s
Then what?
than Rage Against the Machine?
Rage Against the Machine was bigger in the mid 90s.
Yeah, but like their impact was really felt late 90s.
Oh yeah.
Late 90s,
Them,
early 2000s was when it was
them
like,
and Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Them
but
and Chili
like-
Peppers.
But like
were
as far
definitely
as like impact, I can't think of a band that came out at that time that was more of like more important to like just really tapping into certain aspects of the population.
Yeah.
And certain problems and issues and a feeling
what's
of
What's-
unrest.
what's wild is the impact that they made was made in 4 records.
Yep.
And one of them was a cover record.
Yep. Insane.
How crazy is that? Their last original record. I want to look it up.
Okay.
I want to look it up.
He is currently looking up when Rage Against the Machine's last original record was. Is there a band that it would be more exciting if they got back together? I don't know. I mean, Rage is just such a... They're like a force of nature.
When do you think that record came out?
In 98?
Yeah, 99.
Okay.
So their last original record was 99.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Crazy, right?
It is unbelievable. So, yeah. Important band. And it goes to show you it's not quality. I mean, it's not quantity. It's quality. You know, you got these bands on these album cycles of every 2 years.
Right.
And it's
Yeah, they were a force of nature. They're a different breed of band.
so yeah.
But they were less important to the mid 2000s, yes. Those were the era of the biscuit and the corn. The food bands.
Biscuit, Corn, Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers.
I mean, Chili Peppers were big in the 60s,
Yeah.
80s.
Chili Peppers, well, I mean, Chili Peppers' second career
Yeah.
was there, and their third career happened at the 2010s. It's like Chili Peppers and Green Day are the two bands that
Yeah.
have like continuously been like, and here is the new era on our new sound and our new everything.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have thought that? Right? When either of those bands first came out, it was like one was like this funk punk project,
Oh yeah.
right? That was the Parliament like funkadelic meets like a metal band, you know, and
Yeah.
then one was just this like punk band, huge and popular right now. Chili Peppers and Green Day are going to be the ones that completely last and are putting out
Still doing it.
like incredible artistic later.
Right. Did you guys not get enough? I know, listen. I know this has been a great episode, right?
Give me some more.
But you've heard some commercials, right?
Give me some more.
Including this one.
Give
Right.
me some more.
But where can you find actual real episodes without commercials? Early and ad free.
Patreon.com/bacon is my podcast.
He actually got it right.
Well, I just said it because I knew you weren't going to go with the joke. But if you're thinking, give me some mo, that's where you go. Patreon.com/bacon is my podcast. Sign up for one of the tiers, and you can get early, ad-free episodes, extra episodes, stuff with us cooking, stuff with us eating stuff that makes us make horrible faces. You know it. You love it. If you don't know it, you should know it, and you will love it, and you should go there, and you should never, ever, ever forget to ask yourself every single day,
Can I see Bacon's My Podcast live every Sunday?
yes, you can. And the second question is,
Oh, what's your bacon?
what's your bacon? Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're going to put out some of their best work in 15 years.
I actually just listened to Flea's autobiography.
Oh, really? Cool.
If you ever get a chance to, it is great. It's really, really, really good. I highly recommend it. It's I love listening to it because he actually reads it.
Nice. That's cool.
And some of it is like very short blurbs too, which is really cool. It's like a lot of random thoughts,
What'd
but
you
a lot of
listen to
really
it on?
cool Spotify.
So I just listened to a couple books on Spotify, and then they told me, like, you don't have any more books that you can listen
You
to.
have 10 hours a month.
10 hours a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, why is that? That's lame.
Yep. It
All
was 10 it's 10 hours a month. But if you get a chance to listen to it, it is really, really good, really, really great stories, really great insight into him as a person and
Nice.
and his writing, and his passion for music is inspiring, super inspiring. I listened to, or
I'm going to save
I
it
have
right now.
I read and then listened to what's it? Anthony Kiedis's. And I feel like Anthony Kiedis's was a lot more of I did drugs,
Right.
had sex with somebody.
Okay.
Did drugs, I had sex. I did drugs, I had sex.
What's Flea's book called?
Acid for the Children.
It says Flea and Patty Smith.
Yeah, I guess she kind of helped him
Cool.
compile the stories.
I just saved it. That's awesome.
But yeah, it is, and for those of you who are book on audiobook, it kind of trips you out for the Anthony Kiedis one because Sean from Boy Meets World reads it.
Oh, weird.
Super weird.
But
The Flea one was great.
I just listened to John Moxley's book,
Great.
which was
Great book.
great. And I just started listening to Waking Up, A Guide to Spirituality. A Guide to Spirituality Without Religion by Sam Harris,
Oh,
which
nice.
is really good, but I ran out of time on that one.
But another great
very
listen
cool.
is also I like when the authors read their own books.
Me too.
The Dave Grohl one, fantastic. Really, really great.
We got from Ziggy. So Chili Peppers was big since the mid 80s and got bigger than that. Yes, that's what we were saying, was that Chili Peppers is it's crazy because they came out mid 80s, were bigger in the 90s than they were in
First
the 80s.
record is 84,
Yeah, mid 80s.
but they started earlier than that. So it was beginning of
They came out in mid 80s.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know you're a Chili. Okay, if you're the Chili Peppers were formed.
Yeah.
Gatekeeper. So they got recognition worldwide
Late 80s.
in the mid to late 80s. Were a ginormous band in the 90s.
Yeah. And even bigger.
And then got huge again in the 2000s. And then again in the 2010s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And they're doing
Formed in 82. Thank you, Ziggy.
right. Early 80s.
Yeah. First record came out in 84.
Right.
Mid 80s.
No, you're right.
I know I'm right. All the time.
Something that, and I think you and I have spoken about it. A really unsung record. One Hot Minute.
1 Hot Minute's great.
I was listening to it again this
Dude.
week.
Give me Navarro Chili Peppers, man. It's an unpopular opinion,
Really,
but I'm with it.
they really struggled making that record.
Yeah.
Like if you ever get a chance to watch some of the documentaries or some of like the interviews talking about the creation of that record, you'll realize why a second record without Dave Navarro never happened.
Yeah.
Because it was tumultuous, it was tough, it was the chemistry was not there. And
So what made them pick him, do you think?
what I learned from
Was it just a Jane's Addiction lateral move thing?
Well, from what I've heard on the Flea autobiography, I didn't realize, but Flea's been friends with Perry Farrell for like years and years and years, since
Okay.
like the 70s, like late 70s or
Okay.
80s.
All right.
So yeah, like they came, the Jane's Addiction and Chili Peppers came up together.
Yeah, they came up together.
So they were always friends. It's
Well, I mean,
probably
Flea
one of those
played in
things
Jane's
where
Addiction for a long time. So I mean, I guess it was an easy.
well,
thing.
Flea played for Jane's Addiction after, like officially was in Jane's Addiction, kind of after Navarro was kicked out of Chili Peppers too.
Well, but he played with them during that time too.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I saw Chili Peppers and Jane's Addiction together.
Right, and Flea
Navarro
double
Flea
duty.
played both
Yeah.
shows.
Yep. Yeah. And I think it was just like a product of coming up together, and
Yeah.
they were just kind of like, all right, well, we like Dave.
This will work. Yeah,
That's cool thing.
he's
Dave
a good
knows
guitar
how to-
player.
Dave knows how to play songs.
Right.
He can
right.
play.
He's
songs.
a great guitar player. He'll be fine.
Yeah. And
We don't have to audition people. Perfect.
Well, yeah, wild. It's wild stuff. And man, I some of that record was. I feel like the older I get, the more I get into that record.
Yeah.
I've always loved it, but the older I get, the more appreciation I have for it.
Well, I really like Navarro's playing.
Mhm.
I like his style a lot. So him and Chili Peppers, for me, I guess like it just spoke to me. The songs were great. I really liked how he approached them.
I feel like also with that record, it went more into storytelling,
Yeah.
because a lot of the Chili Peppers stuff could be a little bit like very abstract
Right.
and very
Right.
weird and very hard to follow and not necessarily make sense and stuff
Sure.
like that.
Sure.
But that one, there were like legit stories, legit hardcore stories. And believe it or not, when you listen to the Flea autobiography, you actually get a little bit more insight into some of the songs and some of the experience that he and Anthony had as kids, as high
Okay.
schoolers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like the song Deep Kick, it's the third song on that record. Flea told us story, and the whole first half of that song, I was listening back to it and I'm like, holy shit, that's that actual story. Like
Oh, wow.
he dictates that actual story from front to back,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
really, really cool to hear it from that perspective. And I feel like they've just kind of like they channeled from a different area
Yeah.
when it came to that record.
I think
And
the Chili Peppers were underrated as a band song wise until later on in their career.
yes, yeah,
You know, I think early in their career they were putting out great songs, but I think they got more noticed for their musicianship with Flea.
yeah.
And as a rhythm section.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that their songs were overlooked. I also think that Anthony Kiedis and Flea were both so kind of like overtly out there and goofy
Mm-hmm.
that it got kind of like passed aside as well.
Right. It's like these guys aren't serious, but their
Right.
music is serious.
But they're musicians. They're incredible musicians.
Right.
But they didn't get the credit as like, these are great songs. Like, I mean, their early songs are great.
Mhm.
Under the Bridge is a great song.
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
song.
Listen,
Give It Away is a great song. Their hits were not just hits, they were great songs. You know?
The first record that I actually liked their songs
Mhm.
was Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
What was on that?
Behind the Sun.
Okay.
Subterranean Beatbox Band.
Mm-hmm.
I think Catholic Schoolgirls Rule.
I don't remember that one.
They have like that's where their songs became good songs.
Okay.
The first two, if you want a history lesson, give them a listen. You won't like anything on it. You will not. They're very abstract. They're very obscure. It's very anti-culture, and it's actually by design. I didn't realize it, but at the time, they were very much like no. If it's popular culture, no,
We're against it. Right.
But yeah, once Uplift Mofo started coming out, that's where they started getting their buzz. And Hillel was back. And
I thought the Chili Peppers were lucky in the fact that like, so a lot of bands that came out when they came out got packaged a certain way because of the genre and the style that was popular then, which was like the hair band, hair metal thing.
Yeah.
Or just that genre of metal.
Right.
Right. So you were either glam or you were biker.
And
as
they
far
were,
as like
yeah.
what it was. And other bands that came out got stuck with that same production, got stuck with that.
Sure.
I'll give you an example. The Black Crowes.
Oh, yeah.
The Black
Yeah.
Crowes' first record got produced like a Poison record
Yeah.
when it was a Led Zeppelin record or a Stones record.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they got presented that way. And I think that did them a complete disservice.
Oh, for sure.
If there's a band that I think got hurt by that more than any other band in the 80s, it's the Black
Crowes. For sure.
And Chili Peppers, for whatever reason, they did not get stuck with that. And I think it's because of the heavy funk influence that kind of was brought into their sound.
Well,
they packaged them like a punk band.
You also have the influence of very early in their career, George Clinton was he was very involved in their goings on.
Yep.
And I think that made a lot of difference.
That makes a lot of sense. Like I think that too. But they definitely they didn't get lumped in.
Well, yeah, but you think about it this way.
And
Think about it this way.
They could have, because Anthony Kiedis was fit, decent looking, long hair.
But I think what you have to think of is that bands of that era, it's the same with now and even through the eras.
Yeah.
But like, let's look at the 90s rock.
Yeah.
Everybody was working Brendan O'Brien,
Yes. Right.
right? That he was the it producer. A little before that was Steve Albini.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the producer of that era was, those, like, you usually have 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, but
and
in the
in the
80s,
eight-
you had Rubin, man. You had Rick Rubin. And Rick Rubin
Rick Rubin wasn't till late 80s.
No, he did Run DMC, man. And he did Beastie Boys. And he did that's mid 80s.
It's more towards the end, like middle to end.
When did Raising Hell come out? Or maybe he didn't do that record. I could be wrong. He did Aerosmith. He did Permanent Vacation, right?
Raising Hell.
Was that Rubin? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Raising Hell came out in 86. Okay, so that's mid.
Yeah, that is
the latter part. And the
I guess Permanent Vacation was 87. All right, late 80s. Yeah.
But
okay. Rubin was then. Then
Rubin,
that was the changeover.
But it was Rubin and Russell Simmons, because it was all the Def Jam, Def Jam stuff.
Yeah,
Beasties were Def Jam.
Yep.
Right. So the 80s were. I mean, we could look it up, I'm sure, but like, I'm sure the 80s had go-to guys, right?
Right.
But when you're going to, here we've got a local guy, right? So
who was the 90s? Like Bob Rock,
Brendan O'Brien.
Brendan O'Brien.
Well,
on the rock side, but then you had like Nirvana and
Butch Vig,
like that was Butch Vig.
Yeah. I feel like every
like
era
and Alanis,
there's and even like now, like locally, we got
Cadge.
We got Dave Caggiano. So like, your who's who producer for our nice little rock here at the end of the earth,
right,
is Dave Caggiano, you know. But if you're looking to get out and not be lumped into that particular thing, and I'm not this is going to sound shitty saying, like,
well, no, I get what you're saying. Like Dave, honestly, like nothing he does sounds the same. So.
Right. But like, you know, for the guys in the 80s, they were working with this guy, or this guy.
Right.
So the Black Crowes probably got signed to a record deal, and they were like, okay, well, these are the it guys that you work with right now. They're the ones
who
are
label
making the
told
record.
Them here's who doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's
who did their first record. That's a good.
That's kind of how
was it. Shake Your Moneymaker? Was that record?
Was that it? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, that's kind of how it shakes out. Man, this went long, but a good long.
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin did that?
Rubin did Shake Your Moneymaker. Holy shit.
Wow. Way to undo everything that we were arguing about.
George Draculus was the producer. Rick Rubin was executive producer, credited on the sleeve only after the album became successful. Okay.
Wait, so what are the credits for that guy?
So the actual dude that did it was George Draculus. Because they got signed to Geffen, and I guess he was the Geffen.
All right, so I know Rick Rubin was involved with Geffen Records at the time,
right? But I'd never heard of this George Draculus guy. Let's see, what did he produce? Let's take a look. He grew up in Syosset, New York, and attended Syosset High School.
Yeah, fellow New Yorker.
Went to NYU. He became one of the first hires for Def Jam.
Wow.
After Rubin left Def Jam, Draculus moved with him. He signed the Black Crowes. He also produced Tom Petty, Primal Scream, Screaming Trees, Kula Shaker. Okay.
So
He also
basically, what you're
plays
saying,
bass guitar on Glenn Danzig's.
so what you're saying is that there's no excuse for that to be lumped in to what it was lumped into.
No, but it got produced like that.
Right.
Right? It was produced and presented like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, if you listen to those songs, and then if you ever listen to them play them live,
Yeah.
or you see them live, like it's
a whole different.
It's a different
ballgame.
world.
Yeah.
Right? The Black Crowes is what's funny is it's like I always kind of I think that and I think there's like a straight line that can be drawn from the bands that really kind of like changed the industry and became really big, from bands that have always done it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could draw a straight line from like the Rolling Stones to Aerosmith to Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And it's a progressively heavier version of what that was. And I think the Black Crowes were another one of those, but they weren't heavier than Guns.
Right.
And they're like somewhere between Stones and Aerosmith.
Yeah, they're
Really.
they're way back. Yeah.
You know, but they weren't presented like that. They were presented like a Bon Jovi. They were presented like She Talks to Angels. This is a glam band. This is their videos were very much the same. And I think that did a disservice to the band because
I agree.
What they were was something very different. But I think you can draw that straight line. I think you can draw a straight line from like, I think you can look at Black Sabbath and you can draw a straight line to Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Sabbath, Zeppelin, and Soundgarden. There's a straight line that can be drawn there.
Oh yeah.
You can draw a straight line from The Who to Pearl Jam. Right? And you can go like, this is a band that's doing what this band did in a current way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And they're not emulating, but they have the spirit of, and they're doing that kind of thing.
Yeah. Right. It's never like these guys are a ripoff.
Right.
Ripoff.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Beatles, Nirvana.
Yeah.
I think you can do that. And I think it makes a lot of sense when you start thinking about it like that too. And you start looking at it like, yeah, they did a lot of the same things. They were heavily influenced in the writing style of, and then they did it that was a part of their influence. And then there was this other part of their influence that band was never exposed to. So it becomes this new thing. If I'm heavily influenced by the Beatles, but I'm also heavily influenced by the Cramps, I'm going to create something that is
somewhere between them
that would have never existed before because the Beatles never heard the Cramps.
Right.
Because they didn't exist. So it's like, I think it's interesting to watch and see that kind of happen. And we haven't had that in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think you could draw a line from Alice Cooper to Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah.
I think there's just those things that you can do, and I'm waiting for the next one. I'm waiting for the next Stones, which would be the next Guns N' Roses, and the next.
Well, I think
Nirvana.
I feel like this is a whole other episode.
Someone's going to be like, I'm influenced by Nirvana and the Backstreet Boys, and they're going to make something insane.
I feel like the biggest line that we could probably draw right now definitely early 2000s, but like even now with the resurgence of like pop punk and stuff,
sure,
everything is a line from Green Day.
I think they're one. Yeah, I agree.
Everything's like Green Day's part of a line.
Yep.
that was before him.
I agree.
Before them, but the line starts at Green Day, for what's going on right
Yeah.
now. And I think that's
And
with
then
a lot
Green
of
Day is
stuff.
another line from, I think Green Day is a line from like the Beatles and also, oddly
Ramones.
enough, from the Ramones and from Queen.
I think Green Day pulled
I think they pulled from Queen later.
from Queen later on.
Yes, I
let's-
agree. I agree. And the Ramones are a direct line from like Surfing USA, like completely.
Yeah.
They were like, let's do that,
But like,
but heavy.
let's distort the guitars.
Yeah, but we like to be loud, you know. And I
They're
think,
from California. We're from New York.
and
Let's
they're
make it
and they're
different in
another
that
great
era.
example of a band that like changed music. You know, like they're part of it. I
I
agree.
love this discussion. We could probably go for another 3 hours.
We could, but we've been on too long already.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for discussion and drinks.
Yeah.
That's what this show's all about. It's
Exactly.
all about going on tangents and getting. Dude, we started this episode about sea cucumber buttholes.
We did. From sea cucumber, we can now draw a straight line from
From
sea cucumber buttholes
to Green Day.
to Green Day
Yeah. That should
and
be
the Ramones.
that.
Gabba
I mean,
gabba wee.
like there's a part of me that wants to make the title for this episode a straight line from sea cucumber.
What's that?
Sea
Cucumber?
Sea cucumber buttholes
Uh-huh.
to Green Day. But we also talked about Limp Bizkit.
From sea cucumber buttholes to Limp Bizkit to Green Day and Queen. This has been Discussions and Drinks.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get. We are a box of chocolate.
Indeed.
Covered in bacon. Remember to ask yourself
Mm-hmm.
every single day, what's your bacon?
World peace.
Patrons, thanks for being here live. We appreciate you. If you want to be part of that party, join us over at patreon.com/bacon is my podcast. And yeah, be a part of the fun. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. 5-star reviews, thumbs up, whatever you got to do, do it. And we'll see you next time.